Everyone is an explorer. How could you possibly live your life looking at a door and not open it? With Overland West behind us, Tyler and I needed to hit the road. But before making tracks for Texas, there were some iconic places in the American Southwest I wanted to share with him. Our first stop is just outside of Lee's Ferry in northern Arizona, where Beaver Canyon flows into the Colorado River. The views are nothing short of spectacular. Being able to camp at the edge of a cliff wall requires an extra sense of awareness with your kids and pets. It can be dangerous. Also, be sure to pay attention to the weather, as it can suddenly and without warning go from clear blue skies to monsoonal rains. The next morning, we got an early start so we could find a camp spot near Bryce Canyon in the Dixie National Forest. From here, we would drop our trailers and head into the national park for a bit of sightseeing. After a restful night at 8,000 feet, we woke up to temperatures in the low 30s and clear skies. The mild temperatures would be a welcome change as we headed into the Grand Staircase Escalante via the Burr Trail. But first, we had to check out Singing Canyon. So we're on the Burr Trail right now, just starting it. We just dropped down into the Long Canyon. If you ever come this way, one of the things that you have to do, it's not marked, so you sort of have to pay attention. Singing Canyon. That's where I am at right now, and you can hear the echo. It is absolutely amazing. Love this place. You got the trees growing up out of the rocks. It's a dead-end canyon. It is absolutely magical in here. Love it. I won't sing though. I'll spare you that pain. Time to get back on the road. Go further down the Escalante. So much awaits us. So as we make our way through Long Canyon on the Burr Trail, we have high red rock cliffs on either side. It's the late May, and the temperatures are mild right now, 74 degrees. Anytime you come into the Grand Escalante, or anywhere actually, and you're just leaving civilization and society behind, check the weather patterns up the trail from you, and even down the trail, because flash flooding does happen in this area on a regular basis. In addition to that, always leave detailed instructions to somebody that's not with you of where you're going, what your route is, just in case the unfortunate does happen. They can alert authorities and send them out looking for you. For me, since Beth, my wife, is not with me on this trip, she knows exactly where I will be between my instructions and also between my Garmin inReach. She's able to know where I'm at all times.
It's time to leave the pavement behind, air down, and get deep into the Wolverine Loop.
For a road like Wolverine Loop, I'll typically air down the Jeep to about 20 pounds PSI. Again, not terribly technical, but it will give me a lot better ride on the dirt road and the washboard sections. And so something to know about the Burr Trail, what it lacks in its technicality, it makes up for in its remoteness. Once you get out here, you're on your own. There is no rescue. You have to self-rescue.
With 20 psi in the tires, we head south on a 30-mile dirt loop. This is a great place to slow down, take in the beauty of the red rock cliffs that surround you, and explore places like Horse Canyon and Little Death Hollow. Horse Canyon is a 12-mile out and back trail that runs along Horse Creek. This is a great place to stop for lunch or just to rest in the shade of the canyon walls. Camping here is by permit only, and that permit can be obtained back at the ranger station in Boulder. After a short lunch stop in Horse Canyon, it was time to head deeper into the Escalante in search of a place to camp for the night. Surrounded by red rock mesas and deep canyons and an extraordinary lack of people, I knew we would find the perfect spot. Keep in mind, when you're exploring places like the Grand Staircase Escalante, you want to choose an established campsite so we can continue to use our public lands in the future. Just about halfway through the loop, we found a pull-off that led us away from the main road and onto a small ridge where there was a campsite offering up spectacular views of Colt Mesa, Horseshoe Pasture Mesa, Deer Point, and so much more. With just under 2 million acres within the borders of Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, it would be difficult to find a bad place to spend the night.
So Tyler and I have made it to about the middle point or so of the Burr Trail on the Grand Staircase Escalante. We're stopped for the night. We got an incredible view. We got a great menu tonight. We're gonna have some beef fajitas with all the fixins, and yeah, we're just gonna relax. And it's always good to get into camp a little bit early if you can. Just have time to shake the dust off and to just relax a little bit, let the dogs run around before we start getting some dinner prepped, and to look around.
It's a rough day, huh? Has it been a rough day? Has it been a rough day? So rough.
Before heading into the backcountry, check the local forecast or with the local ranger station to see what the current conditions are in your area. This part of Utah is prone to flash flooding, and with the early monsoons this year, washouts and flooding were a serious concern.
So we woke up to a beautiful morning, not a cloud in the sky out here in southern Utah. We're packed up, got coffee made, we're headed out. We have quite a bit of dirt ahead of us today, and then we're gonna stop in Hanksville for some milkshakes and hamburgers. If you've never If you've never experienced a Hanksville milkshake, you are truly missing out and have an empty place in your life. So we're at the top of the Burr Trail switchbacks inside Capitol Reef National Park now. Unfortunately, can't fly your drones in any national park for that matter unless you have a permit. It's pretty crazy, pretty steep. It's a 14% grade, but it is worth it. It's spectacular. At the beginning of the Burr Trail on the boulder side, and I'm pretty sure at the bottom of these switchbacks, there's a sign cautioning you about bringing a trailer on the switchbacks. If you do bring your trailer out here or a big rig, you have to know that your brakes are working good, because the consequences are catastrophic if you do if your brakes fail. But if your rig is in good working order, what you get in return is this. Let's go adventure. Last time we were out here, it cost me a GoPro. Fell off my Jeep and got ran over. So GoPro, if you want to replace that for me, that'd be awesome.
The Burr switchbacks done, we head north through Capitol Reef towards Highway 24 and the Visitor Center. The road for the next 33 miles will vary between deep sand, hard-packed, and asphalt. Although four-wheel drive and high clearance is recommended, it's not unusual to see passenger cars in this part of the park. Established in 1971, Capitol Reef National Park was created to protect nearly 242,000 acres in south central Utah. The park is approximately 60 miles long on its north-south axis and just 6 miles wide on average.
Alrighty, so we are all aired up. We're on Blacktop, heading north towards the Capitol Reef Visitor Center, and then on to Hanksville. But time to pick up the pace. We gotta get some distance behind us, and so we can make Valley of the Gods tonight. Hang on.
Hey, get out of the road. You can't park here.
After a long day of driving through the southern Utah desert, we finally arrived at the top of the switchbacks that will drop us into the Valley of the Gods. I've been here several times, and this is by far the best approach to the valley. I can't think of a better place to end our time in southern Utah than the Valley of the Gods. Sadly, it's getting more difficult to find established campsites as more and more spots are being closed off because visitors have abused them. If we continue to misuse our public lands by defacing rocks or just leaving litter behind, no one will have access to them. So please, tread lightly and pack out what you brought in.